Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. First thing is most certainly first, if you wouldn't mind giving me a like and a subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And whilst you're there, remember to let me know how you're doing out of 10, because for me this week, I am a full-blown 10 out of 10 because there hasn't really been many lows at all. It's been a really good week. And on Saturday, I'm getting married. So that is like the bestest high there could possibly be. In this video, we actually do one of the worst jobs on the farm, followed by probably one of the best jobs on the farm. So grab yourself a beer, sit down, and I hope you enjoy it. It's a busy week. It's a really busy week because today's Tuesday. Yesterday, I had to go to Shropshire to get a bull, which was awesome. Lovely little bull, another stabiliser, really pleased with it. We bought it back, put it in with some cows because of the two bulls that have gone down. Today, we've got to get sorted out because we need to get all of this ready for harvesting the winter barley. On Saturday, I'm getting married. So we've got a hell of a lot to do between now and then. There's going to be stuff turning up all week, like tables and chairs and like cutlery, crockery, God knows what else. It's going to be absolute chaos. We've also got winter barley that is desperately in need of harvest. We've got straw bales that need carting on the neighbours. They've put about 300 acres of winter barley and they want to put it all into rape. They're starting to put digestate on and potentially drill next Monday. So that gives us 6 days. We've moved about 100 acres of straw. We've got about another 100 acres to move. And then we've got about another 100 acres that they haven't actually combined yet, which they're going to drop at some point, probably over the weekend, but whilst I'm trying to get married. I've got to get the combine sorted behind me. It is up and running. It all works fine. We've just got to check over a couple of bits, set it all up, oil some chains and that. I haven't washed it this year, which is criminal. I'm really upset with myself because I religiously wash it every year. And I've got to get this shed all cleaned out so we've got somewhere to actually put the winter barley. It's going to be busy. So I'm going to start and clean this shed out and then we'll get the combine all stoked up. And maybe, if we're lucky, we'll get combining later. But it just depends on what happens with the weather because it did rain a little bit yesterday and it's quite still. There's no wind, not a lot of sun. So I'm not sure whether it'll be dry enough, but we'll wait and see. And if you're wondering what my new bull is called, my new bull is called Wizard. So we've got Wizard, he's a 2-year-old bull. That's why his name begins with a W. And we've got Yeti, who's a 1-year-old bull. And he's the one that we bought originally. And we're hoping that Wizard can work a bit of magic with his wand because we really, really need him to. We could do with him not breaking it as well, like Lewis did. Well, I'm glad to have that done. Probably one of the worst jobs on the farm is cleaning the grain store. I absolutely hate it. It's just dusty and hot and horrible. We've got this side done anyway. The other side needs doing, ready for the wheat, but that's not quite so urgent, even though it is ready. And I think in a normal year, if we weren't planning on having a wedding and doing all the stuff that needs to be done for that, I think we would be in the wheat by now. and this would be full of the winter barley, but whew, we're getting there. It's been a slog. So I'm whispering because Dad has just come and got me because there's a barn owl, a baby barn owl. I say a baby barn owl, like a nearly fully feathered barn owl in the bottom of this shed. And we think it's come out of the nest box because as part of our mid-tier stewardship, we have to put some nest boxes around the yard. And we think it's come out of this one that's where the straw is stacked. So we might have to try and catch him and put him up there, but I'll show you. Look, here he is in the corner. I'm not going to get too close, but there he is, look. How cool is that? Just getting the combine ready, even though we've not washed it. Fueling up, got to blow it out. We've got a cracked tank, coolant tank, just like this, little plastic tub. Faults on the side of the grain tank there. And that one's cracked, putting a new one on. How much for that from John Deere? 300 quid for a petrol tank, for a petrol can. That's all it is. 300 quid. Criminal. Just goes on there, look. A couple of hoses, one on the top, one on the bottom. Terrible. We've also got to grease it all up. And there's not many things on farm that have this many grease nipples that are as awkward as these ones are. Because there's some easy ones, like this one here. There's some down there on the fan that are a nightmare. There's some where you have to go through the housing here to get to them. There's some on the axles. There's some in the grain tank. There's some like up on the engine, on the shafts that come out. They're a nightmare. You have to clamber around to try and get them. It's hard work. And they've got to be done. And that is it. Combine is all greased up, oiled up, fueled up. The chains are all lubed, sieves are set. Ready to go. Gonna have some dinner and then we'll crack on, I think. One job I do have left to do is I have to make sure that all the fan and concave are all running up to the right speeds. And then set the minimum speeds. So that's the combine up and running. Got my little trusty book. You can see here for years I've written down what my drum speed is, what my fan speed is, and my concave settings. So I've got a bit of an idea. It's pretty ripe this year. It was ripe in 2009. So I'm going to set them about 900 and 950. And the concave I've got set to 18 this year, but I've got it 23 that year. And I've got this little tool as well, which is the end off of a tape measure, but it's ground down to 0. You can see there. The reason why we've done that is because we've on manual sieves and not automatic sieves, so I can actually like get the spaces right. So I put that and use that as my guide to get in the sieve spaces right up here. We're on the way. We're having a little munch. 13.5%, 24 degrees. Spot on. It's a bloody good crop as well. Pleased with that. And look at the straw on it, 15-foot cut. That's there as a comparison. That swath is massive. It's unbelievable. Direct drilled with the Claydon. It's had about 160 kilos of nitrogen. Over the moon. What do you think, Barley? Are you happy? Barley says, yes, good crop. We're even super surprised at how good this piece here is, because right in the gateway didn't look that great. It's quite heavy there, and we've been tracking mucking, which is what that little patch is there. That's where the mucking was last year, which we spread on this field. And it wasn't that great just in that gateway, but it's surprising how it's yielding. And there's still a good chunk of straw on it, and the rest of it's doing really well, so really pleased. Once we've finished harvesting this field and we've carted the bales and everything else has happened, the plan is to get a cover crop in here for the winter. I'm not really sure what to do yet, but we're kind of toying with the idea of a forage rye and vetch, because I've heard that with forage rye it establishes really quickly and you can graze it in the autumn. So I'm quite keen on that, because we could graze it in the autumn and then potentially, if it's good enough, leave it till the spring, let it sort of bulk up again, and then get a cut of silage off it before then drilling sort of spring beans into it in early April. So it's something I'm really interested in, but I've never had any experience with forage rye. So if you have, please let me know how you've got on with it and what you think to it and whether my plan would work, because I've not found anyone yet to talk to who's done anything like that. So it's something I'm quite interested in doing. Now with that said, I really need to crack on with this combining and concentrate on it, because there's not a lot of time left before the wedding. I've got to get this done, and there's so many little jobs that need doing as well around the yard. So if you enjoyed the video, please give me a like and a subscribe. Let me know how you're doing out of 10, and I will see you all next week, because that will be my first video as a married man. Oh, and next week's video is going to be more about what we did for the wedding, because we've done loads of stuff that I've been hiding from you guys. So I'll show you like a full-on video about what we've done for the wedding, how we've kitted the place out, whatever else. So look forward to that. First video as a married man. Whatever you're doing this weekend, have a great one, whether you're getting married or not. See you all on the flip side. Bye!